Since A Woman Like You went all the way to #1 as the lead single to Lee Brice's latest album, he just had to follow it up with another big hit. Fortunately, Hard to Love delivered. An amazing songwriter himself, Lee again picked a song written by others for his second single, but it's still a song you might think he would write himself. Lynn caught up with Lee and the writers behind Hard to Love at a party at the Country Music Association to celebrate.
How did you guys, were you all together at a writing retreat, or how'd this song happen?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be asked to go on a songwriting retreat in Rosemary Beach, Florida at a guy named Joe Leather's place, and Kyle Jacobs, who produced the record, called and asked me to come down and write with them. And Lee and Joe Leathers and Kyle were writing a song outside, and Ben and Billy and I were sitting inside kind of angry because we weren't writing with Lee, and we thought, well, you know, let's kick around some ideas. My wife was actually with us on the trip, and she had left and said, you know, she's probably pissed off at me because I'm inside writing and working, and she wanted to be out at the beach. And we got on the topic, said, you know, we're all just hard to love, and we just kind of started talking about that, and Ben came up with that unbelievable melody, and it really kind of fell out. Lee came in about an hour into the co-write and said, what are y'all working on? And
wow.
We played him a verse and a chorus, and he said, I hate you guys, and walked outside, slammed the door, and he came back about an hour and a half later, and we'd finished it, and we played it, and he said, y'all, that's unbelievable, I'm going to cut it.
Wow, how exciting is that? So, and Lee is a great writer himself, so to have Lee Brice cut one of your songs, you know you've written something special.
Yeah, it's really an honor. It's actually pretty humbling. Lee's had cuts with Garth Brooks, Tim McGraw, Jason Aldean, Kenny Chesney, Eli Young. And for him to cut something that I wrote is really just humbling.
Talk a little bit about when you guys got together and how that song evolved.
Well, we were on a retreat down at Rosemary Beach, a writing retreat that was, we get to use Joe Leather's house down there. He allows us, I know, it's awesome. So he's got this, some of us are writing inside the living room, which John and Ben and I were in the living room, and then Kyle Jacobs, who co-produced with Lee, and Matt McClure, the project, Kyle, Lee, and I think maybe Vicky McGee, we were writing outside. And so we'd been working on the song, and you know, we were just a little bit into it, and it was coming pretty easily, you know, and which is rare. And so they came in, Lee and Kyle came in and said, so play us what you got. And so we played them a little bit of the song, and they kind of looked at each other, and I could tell that they were like, man, we want to cut that song. And honestly, that was the purpose of the retreat, was to try to, Lee knew that he was going in the next couple of weeks, and we were trying to get a song, you know, just to, you want to get something that beats what you've already got, you know, and so it was kind of mission accomplished on Hard to Love.
I'm hard to love, hard to love. You say that you need me. Well, I don't deserve it, but I love that you love me.
Once you knew that he was recording the song, that's awesome, that's stage one, and then to find out it's going to be a single at country radio, what were you thinking?
Well, I was thinking, I'll wait and see if I'll see it on the charts first, and then I'll believe them.
Exactly.
I've heard that before. You know, they say something's going to be a single, and then at the last minute something happens. And so when I heard it was in the running to get cut, I was excited. And then when they started talking about it as a single, I was like, God, I can't. You usually get that news, and you kind of go, I'm going to spend about 3 minutes getting excited, and then I'm going to just release it, and then wait and see if it happens. And then when it happened, I was thrilled. But then you're going, okay, now we got the singles, they're going to work.
Well, I couldn't do it if I stood where you stood. I'm hard to love, hard to love.
Lee Brice, congratulations. A #1 party, 2 in a row off this album.
Oh, right? I can't believe it. That was a big goal to try to get 2 in a row. I feel like I always thought if you could get 2 in a row, you kind of like made your stomp, you're here. So we'll see, but I'm excited to be here.
Lee, I mean, what a great song. And I mean, talk about the day that you heard it, because you guys, from what I understand, were all on a writing retreat.
Yeah.
And you walked in and...
Yeah. We were actually on a writing retreat that I set up specifically to write for this album. I had a few slots I kind of wanted to fill. I felt like I might have been missing something, and took 5 of not only my favorite co-writers, but some of my best friends. So they know me personally and know me musically. So when they're writing a song for me, they can really get it right. And
that's smart.
And they sure did. You know, that song, I walked in, I was outside writing with Kyle and Joe Leathers and Kyle Jacobs, and walked inside to fix a sandwich, and those 3 were in there kicking butt on this song. And I knew as soon as I heard it that was going to be one that was going to be on the album. And then immediately when they got it finished, I said, I think it's a great album title. So it really birthed, it was a big birthday that day.
Lee's label, Curb Records, is celebrating 50 years since the company was founded, and Hard to Love is the 433rd #1 hit since they opened their doors. That's not all the great music we have for you today. We've got a hot sibling trio coming up next, so make sure you come on back for more Inside Music Row right after this.